Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some NFL with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I haven't done NFL video in a while. Boxing, that's priority on this channel. Basketball season coming in the swings, and the NFL has been put on the back burner. I never really got going when the season began with anyway. But it's like we're in the midway point of the season, so I want to get a little rhythm as the season progresses along. So I'll be doing this video, and you could expect some more this Sunday and Monday. But here's what I wanted to talk about, because living in South Florida, this is although we had the Marlins, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, and the Hurricanes, this is a Dolphins town. Whether the Dolphins win or lose, they're always being talked about more so than any other team here. And people are really excited about what's happened in the last 2 weeks, because what's happened and what's transpired the last 2 weeks is we saw a team, the Dolphins, that was once 1-4. With two very, very, hard games on their schedule, daunting challenges. We saw Steelers and Bills on the schedule. Steelers were one of the better teams in the league, and the Bills were on a 4-game winning streak. And we saw two games at home where the Dolphins blew out the Steelers. They blew out the Steelers by 15 points, and they edged the Bills by 3 points. And here they are at 3-4, and now they're in the bye week. And you look at their schedule. I mean, the Dolphins' next 4 games are against the Jets, Chargers, Rams, and 49ers. And when you look at those games, the combined records of those teams is 9-14. And what I wanted to talk about here was the significance of Jay Ajayi and what he's done. Because what he has done the last 2 weeks for the Miami Dolphins, getting 204 yards against the Steelers, 214 yards against the Bills, the only one of 4 players in NFL history to have back-to-back 200-yard rushing games. He has put himself on the map. He has forced Arian Foster to retire, and he has given the Dolphins an offensive identity, and you just can't put a price on that. And I also wanted to say this because people need to understand the Dolphins have a chance to be something they haven't been in a very long time, and that is a good football team. The schedule is softening them up. Their schedule is softening up. They've had a tough schedule. You look at a lot of the teams they played. The Seahawks week 1 in Seattle, they should have won that game. The Patriots the next week. The Bengals. They had some tough games. And now it's softening up, and you're going to see them play cupcake teams that they should beat. I mean, personally, they're 3-4 right now. I think they should be. After the next 4 games, they should go 3-1. They'll probably lose one of those games on the road, but they should go 3-1. They should be a 6-5 team, or 6-5 team when after the next 4 games are played. I really believe that, because the Dolphins have found an identity. And Jay Ajayi, look, he's looking like right now, and who knows, man? We see hot streaks like this all the time in sports. But he's looking like right now that he's like Ricky Williams. The guy can do no wrong. And what it's done these last 2 games for Ryan Tannehill, while he hasn't been throwing hella touchdowns like that, it's given him the ability to play with more freedom, with a lot more freedom. And you're seeing his last 2 games. He hasn't turned the ball over. Yeah, he's only thrown 1 touchdown, but his passer rating is just under 100, 99 against the Bills, 97.4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And his completion percentage, which is key for the Dolphins, because if they're gonna win, they're gonna need him to complete the ball to his receivers. And his completion percentage is 67.5% over the last 2 games, and that allows the Dolphins to keep moving the ball. And just play more balance. And when Ajayi runs the ball well, it allows Tannehill and the Dolphins offense to play with more balance. And that only does nothing but benefit Tannehill, benefit the Dolphins. And I mean, hey, this historic hot streak by Ajayi couldn't have come at probably a better time for them, as they're getting into the softer part of their schedule. As you look at their division, when we look at the NFC East, they're only a game behind the Bills. They're probably not going to beat the Patriots, but I mean, there's no reason the Dolphins couldn't be a wild card team. They have all of the makings to become a wild card team if they can continue to play, just get the running game on point, keep the run game on point like this, and get Ajayi to allow Tannehill to continue to play freely like this. Because right now the wild card teams, are let's see, you have the Broncos, who are in a wild card spot, and then you have the Chiefs, who are at 4-2. So that's not too far away. The Dolphins are right there. They just gotta, really continue this. The Jay Ajayi, like I said, man, for him to run the ball the way he has, people here haven't been that excited about Dolphins football. I live in this community. I'm always around the neighborhood, and just to see people walking around proudly supporting. I'm a Panthers fan, but to see people proudly supporting their Dolphins with their jerseys on, taking pride in the fact that their team is playing well. It's something I haven't seen that kind of energy here in a while, and hopefully they can continue the trend, because Dolphin fans have went through a lot, man. Just the level of crap they've had to deal with, and just the constant ineptitude and mediocrity of this franchise. They deserve a winner, and I hope Jay Ajayi's historical game is the first step towards that. I really do. So hopefully, they get some good rest this bye week, and then they'll come back and they play the Jets at home. Rivalry games are always tricky, so you never know what happens. But yeah, this Jay Ajayi whole like 200-yard streak that's going on, it's come at the perfect time for the Dolphins, and it might have even saved their season, and potentially, I don't want to knock on wood, it might have been something that could propel them to a playoff appearance, but we'll see, man. They still got a long way to go as a football team. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.